Hello and welcome to Hamish the Walkthrough, brought to you with your host, David Livingston. You may remember him from such classics as Furballs, So Your Cat's Not Dead. I hand you over now for the information.
Hi, Jean-Pierre. Right, the van, the Hamish. Here we go, let's see. Okay, first of all, it's in the driver's seat. So, ignition, you turn your key, the full, and if you look at the buttons here, you press this button here, your ignition lights will come on. You wait the normal few seconds till it clicks off. I normally wait, there's a solenoid you hear clicking over here, and then up she starts, no problem. The rest of the switch is here. Let's see. So these ones here were for the internal lights, but I've moved them to the back. Your fog lights and driving lights, they still work, but the light down this side under the bumper, remember it's got a loose connection. If you can ask your guy to fix that for you, that'd be smashing. There's other controls down here. Now that's for the one on the left is for your step, so that needs a bit cleaned out, but it does work for your side door step. And on your door here, obviously that's your head beam alignment, your light alignment, and you've got electric movable mirrors too, which is pretty good. Electric windows, and standard stereo connections. There is a stereo under the seat, but I would advise buying a decent one. I've just noticed as I stepped off the seat there, the seat here is a little bit, need to put a couple of wee screws in that. There is a heated seat, and you have the heated seat connection here. It's a little button on and off. Heated seat on and off, so you get a nice warm seat. For your fuses, this hole here was a microphone system for when it was a minibus. Your fuses are all behind this panel here. You need to take this panel off, which is just some torque screws at the back, and it lifts off. A couple of screws in here, and the panel will just lift out. You've got a big bank of fuses for everything that works here. Now, if we look to the head lining, you see I've put in these brackets. They actually are for the leg of the table. When I unscrew the leg of the table, I clip it on up there, and it stops people kicking it, rolling about and getting damaged. You could put an umbrella in if you wanted. Also we have here curtain rail that I've put in. It's a double curtain here, just pulls across, gives you a bit of darkness and privacy at night. And down behind the curtain, we have first of all an inverter for 240 volts, and that's just for the TV. You have two switches here. These all work off the accessory battery. These here are fans on the roof. When the accessory battery is fully charged up, one's an extractor and one's a, I don't know what the opposite of an extractor is, but one comes in, one comes out. So they work off the roof, and they've got two settings each. It's a double click, and that's just your switch for your inverter, as you know. That connects a direct connection for your accessory battery to your main battery, as I mentioned before. So once your accessory battery is fully charged and running, if your main battery runs down for whatever reason, you can turn that in line and it connects them together, and you give yourself your own battery jump. Just remember to switch it back so that it doesn't run down both batteries. This little panel here, as I said, lets you into the accessory battery. So you just pull it out. There's a little spring here. You just unclip that spring, and this panel just lifts out. Nice and simple. puts to the side, and down here you have your accessory battery. I think this accessory battery may have been abused a wee bit. It seems to not be holding a charge, so it might need to be replaced. I just got my accessory battery from car accessory shop here at Dawson, and that's the kind of wiring for the accessory battery. So you've got all your inline fuses for the lights and things, your relays for the lights that are coming off it, but anything can be taken off this basically to charge up and do whatever you want. You've got your switches up here for the lights, that's the switches, the back of the switches for the fans, and that unit there is actually the charging system. So there's no connection between the front battery and the accessory battery until the engine's running and it's going over charge rate, and then that charges up the accessory battery. So when the engine's not running, there's no connection between the accessory battery and the car battery or the normal battery, so your normal battery will not run down by using up the accessory battery. This earth lead that you see here, okay, that's a direct earth lead connection, goes down underneath the floor and it goes across to here. So that's where that comes up to give an earth connection for these fuses at the other side of the van. This allows you to attach, that's your power lead as well. So that's your earth lead and that's your power lead. Should have said that. That's the earth here and that's the power lead. So you can power up some things. This goes towards powering the tap. It's got a wee electric pump in to run your cold tap. But these spare ones here, they just run behind the sink unit to the other side into the cupboard, I think, so that if you want to wire something up, it makes an easier connection to do that. So they're already wired in. We also have another 12 volt accessory socket put in here. That was a wee hook just for a rubbish bag. And let's go back to the panels. So you have your TV, it works off the inverter. You can get 12 volt TVs. In fact, all TVs are 12 volt. You could actually go in and strip out the internals and take away wire it back into the 12 volt, but that's on a YouTube video, you can check it out. These two switches here, they go into the roof. They are these wee lights here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they light 2 and 2, and this little one here with the blue light, woo, that lights up these here roof disco lights. Yeah, okay. So there is a wee bit of life in the battery, but probably not enough to, it needs charged up. So you have your two seat units, and they both have lower pads that come out. These are just non-slip sheets to help stop the seats moving about, and underneath the seats you've got decent storage in there, and then you can also see the frame of the original seats. Okay, and the pads just slip down back in place for your seating. I did mention to turn it into a bed. You've got this, just unscrews, a nice simple fitment here, and at the back you've got a tab here and a tab here. It just lifts straight out, there's no locking mechanism, so you just grab the whole table and lift it up. What I tend to do is take the pads off and then drop the seat, the table onto these runners here. There's an edge here, and there's an edge here. Sits on there, and then you can take these pads out. They sit in the middle, and you've got a nice bed unit there. Okay. At the other side here, we've got an additional handle to get in and out, very handy, and to the cooker. So you've got 3 rings And there's a little clip here at the side, holds the door. There's your grill. That's your grill unit there, that's just to stop the heat transferring. It's probably a little close to the grill because when you make toast on it, it makes it dead quick. So don't burn the toast. I'll put that clip back on. Okay, and these are wee pop out slits on all the doors. Because I've used white fibre board, I think with the weather they can expand and retract, so I've made these quite tight so that both doors open. Here you have your actual grill. I keep it in here because it's quieter. I put a wee non-slip pad in there so that when I put it on there it doesn't wobble about. Some wee basic shelves. On the other side, that's your gas control with all the switches you need in there. You'll also notice on the floor you've got a direct drilled hole and vent. You have to have that beside your gas so that any of the gas is heavier than air, it gets trapped in that wee well and just disappears, so you don't have any problems. Closing these doors, you tend to close these together so that close nice and simple. Underneath the sink you have your main tank. I think I emptied it. Yeah, you just got a bunch of straps to keep it in place, same as here. That's just the wastewater. There's a toilet fluid thing there for the toilet. So just a single tap, works off the 12 volts, wee motor. You know how a sink works, you know how a tap works. I made this screen here just as an extra privacy screen for night time. Made it the same material as I made the side of the seats, and it's just a simple pull up. Make sure you don't have that down if you've got the gas on, you don't want it to burn. Got a long cupboard up here, again a clip switch, and you have your automatic stay at the top. So if I click it up, oh, it should stay. It needs a wee bit of adjustment maybe. Normally goes down, there you go. So you can stay up while you're using it, and it should unclip itself. Yeah, take them back down. Okay, there you go. That's the wee adjustments needed for this clips to work. You've got another cupboard here. It's a double cupboard. You've got a small cupboard at the top and a larger cupboard at the bottom with separate door closers. They lock in place. Little buttons, very handy, nice and flush. I've opened the toilet wall for you. As I say, it closes. You can see it's a concertina wall. I'd probably put in more hinges if I was going to do it for a long time. I just quickly fitted that up. The wall folds back and locks into place in these blocks here, and then there's two holes in the floor where it locks into place with these little clips here. But it can lock in place, open up. There's your toilet, and there's also a first aid unit there. Don't know what's in it. And when you come in, this little square up here, when the door's locked in place, stops it rattling about. And when we close the door, we have just a little clip for privacy. You can sit and contemplate life here. Nice wee room. This cord here, when I lock everything away, that attaches to that ring there. So I'll just show you. That just comes in there, attaches on there, and that keeps the door from rattling about when you're driving. Okay. At the back here we have another wee bungee cord. That's just a curtain rail. Gives you a wee bit of privacy again. Okay. We've got a couple of these round about the place, and a few of these rings which fit in wherever you want them to. for pulling in. If you're using any of these rings, try not to pull it at an angle, because eventually it pulls it out. You want to put them in, you probably know this already anyway, but pull them straight and they're solid. Okay, this racking here is pretty damn solid. If you want to take it out, undo the bolts at the top here. I don't know if you can see the lighting, but the way it's fitted is this shelf unit has, that's actually the front edge of the shelf, or the back edge where it makes the wall. It actually tucks into this edge here. Okay, so that's what secures it. It's secured all the way along on that plastic edge, and then with the two stays, and I've hung my body on it just to give it a strength test, so it's pretty solid. But if you're taking it off, you undo the two straps and then lift it up from the back to lift it out from the plastic, and that will take that shelf out easily without you hassling. That's one of the rear roof fans. There's speakers in the roof, and those cables just come down the back here and go into the back of this electrical unit somewhere. So if you ever get a good sound system or whatever else, you can probably pump it through those speakers, because there's 4 of them on the ceiling, but I've never had them working. I also have a wee screw up here. That was another bungee cord I had, which came across and just attached to that, which I put a curtain across. That just gave a bit more privacy for the door at night time. The sky light here, you can pull it across to keep it dark or leave it open. That just pulls down. That's your fly screen, and then you clip up. It's raining just now, so I'm not going to do it, but your two things there pop up, gives you nice fresh air. The curtains on the top, you've got a standard curtain rail. There's quite a few of these wee tabs broken. That's just had the kids pulling on them. But all the curtains have got a thermal lining on them as well. You've got a normal curtain rail at the top, and then the full length from inside here all the way along, all the way to the end, is this one cord, and that just keeps them tight against the wall so that they're not flapping about in your face. Let me see, anything else? I would just recommend that you get your maid to come in and give it a good clean. Here's one of the curtains that it was actually the kids' bikes, pull it down, so a few more clips, put that back up. You have an extra box here. This bar here actually fits both sides of your water butt, so you can pull it along like a wheelbarrow, and that's just extra storage in the back. Okay, this is the window I said for, which is handy when you're driving, that you can see exactly where the back bumper goes to. It's amazing how it works. It's pretty good. Simple idea, but it works. Okay. Let me see, anything else? Anything else? Pretty much standard. You have under the seat, there is the tachometer. The tachometer just fits in here. Okay, there's a yellow plug that you unplug and plug that in, and hang on, there's the brown plug, plug it in. So run the tachometer and your speedo will show up on here. I never have it running because I just think it runs the battery down for no reason. It's different when it is getting used every single day, but if it's not getting used, it doesn't do any harm. The mileage still runs up on your speedo, so when you put it back in, it's not as if you're hiding the fact that the miles you're doing. And it reads in kilometres, so I think the MOT now says kilometres rather than miles per hour. And everything else is pretty much standard. Oh yeah, there's 2 lights up on the outside of the ceiling, up here, out here, and they were disconnected, and the wiring's in here somewhere, so you could take this whole unit down and find the wires if you wanted those to be plugged back into your side lights or whatever else. This is a radio aerial, and it ran off a power lead in there, but again I just seemed to drain the battery, and I never used it for the entertainment. I always put CDs or something into the TV. Yeah, it's the other side. So I think that's about it. I'm just trying to think. Anything else? Your bonnet catch is pretty much standard on the right hand side. No, I don't think there's anything else. Your windscreen wipers are pretty cool. They've actually got water fed into them, both of them. So when you squirt your windscreen, it's right on the blade and it works great. They were replaced in January, so they should last you a good while as well. And I thought because they had the water going into them, they were quite expensive, but they're just the same price as any other wiper blade. And I think that's it. Yep, pretty much think that's it. So I'll sign off. Bye. Oh, sorry. You've got a 6-speed gearbox and it works great. So your reverse is your pull up button across and up, and then you've got your bang 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 6 gears. Sweet. It is rated to 62 miles an hour and it stops there, but it doesn't harm it at all. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.